Rise of Neferkare II. In the vast tapestry of ancient Egyptian history, one name flickers like a distant star in the firmament of the Old Kingdom: Neferkare II. He ruled during the 8th dynasty, a time shrouded in mystery and intrigue. Little is known about Neferkare II, but what we do know paints a picture of a time of turmoil and transition, where the echoes of the past mingled with the uncertain whispers of the future. Join me on a journey to explore the life and times of this enigmatic pharaoh, as we weave together the threads of history, speculation, and imagination to bring his story to life. In the shadow of the Grand Pyramids and the fading glory of earlier dynasties, Neferkare II ascended to the throne. It was a period of fragmentation and decline, a time when the centralized power of the pharaohs had begun to wane. The 8th dynasty itself is often regarded as a mere shadow of its predecessors, with little known about its rulers and their deeds. Yet, Neferkare II's rise to power was undoubtedly marked by the complex interplay of politics, ambition, and perhaps even fate. Imagine the bustling streets of Memphis, the ancient capital, as whispers of Neferkare II's ascension spread. The common folk, their lives intertwined with the ebb and flow of the Nile, would have looked to the new pharaoh with a mix of hope and apprehension. Would he restore the stability and grandeur of the past, or would his reign be yet another chapter in the decline of the once mighty Old Kingdom? Memphis, with its grand temples and bustling markets, was a city of contrasts. Amidst the clamor of merchants and the solemnity of religious processions, the air would have been thick with anticipation. Neferkare II, newly crowned, would have been acutely aware of the expectations placed upon him. The rituals of his coronation, steeped in tradition and symbolism, would have been both a public spectacle and a private moment of profound significance. Surrounded by priests chanting hymns to the gods, he would have felt the weight of his ancestors' legacy pressing upon his shoulders. The challenges of reign. Neferkare II's reign was not one of ease and prosperity. The 8th dynasty was marked by internal strife and external threats. The central authority of the pharaohs had weakened, and local governors, or nomarchs, wielded significant power. These regional leaders often acted with autonomy, pursuing their interests sometimes at odds with the central government. Imagine Neferkare II seated on his throne, the weight of the double crown pressing down upon his brow. His court filled with advisors and scribes, each presenting their concerns. Rebellions in distant nomes, dwindling resources, and the ever-present threat of foreign incursions. The pharaoh would have had to navigate these treacherous waters, balancing diplomacy with decisive action, all while trying to maintain the divine aura that surrounded his office. The court of Neferkare II would have been a microcosm of the larger struggles facing the kingdom. Advisors, each with their agendas, would have jockeyed for influence. The pharaoh's ability to discern wise counsel from self-serving advice would have been crucial. In one instance, a loyal general might have warned of a brewing rebellion in the south, while a crafty scribe suggested increasing taxes to fund the defense. Neferkare II, weighing the potential consequences, would have had to make decisions that could either stabilize or further destabilize his reign. The legacy of Neferkare II. The records of Neferkare II's reign are scant, and much of what we know is pieced together from fragments of ancient texts and the findings of modern archaeology. His name appears in the Abydos King list, a testament to his existence, but details of his achievements and failures remain elusive. This lack of concrete information leaves much room for speculation and imagination. Picture, if you will, the great temple complexes and monuments of earlier pharaohs, standing in silent testimony to their grandeur. In contrast, the legacy of Neferkare II might be seen in the smaller, less grandiose projects that nonetheless played a vital role in maintaining the fabric of society. Perhaps he focused on repairing and reinforcing existing structures, ensuring that the lifeblood of the nation, the irrigation systems and granaries, continued to function. Consider a village on the outskirts of the kingdom, where the local irrigation canal had fallen into disrepair. Under Neferkare II's directive, workers might have been dispatched to restore it, ensuring that the fields were watered and the harvest was bountiful. These small but significant acts would have bolstered the local economy and reinforced the pharaoh's image as a caretaker of the land and its people. The human side of the pharaoh. Beyond the political and administrative challenges, Neferkare II was, at his core, a human being. Like all rulers, he would have experienced moments of doubt, hope, joy, and sorrow. Perhaps he found solace in the cool shade of a palace garden, the scent of lotus blossoms in the air as he pondered the future of his kingdom. Maybe he shared laughter and stories with his family, moments of respite from the burdens of leadership. There are no surviving anecdotes of Neferkare II's personal life, but we can imagine the human connections that would have defined his days. The ancient Egyptians valued family and community, and it is likely that Neferkare II drew strength from those closest to him. The bonds of friendship and loyalty would have been crucial in a time of uncertainty. Imagine a scene in the royal palace, where Neferkare II sits with his queen and children. The day's official duties are done, and the pharaoh can finally relax. His children, curious and eager to learn, ask him questions about the world beyond the palace walls. Neferkare II, with a gentle smile, recounts tales of his own childhood, the lessons he learned from his father, and the dreams he holds for their future. These intimate moments, though not recorded in history, would have been the heartbeat of his life. Speculations and mysteries. The gaps in our knowledge about Neferkare II allow us to ponder the possibilities of his reign. Did he attempt to initiate reforms to strengthen the central government? Was he a visionary leader who sought to rekindle the spirit of the old kingdom, or was he a pragmatic ruler focused on survival? The answers to these questions remain hidden in the sands of time. One can speculate that Neferkare II might have faced opposition from powerful nomarchs who were unwilling to cede their autonomy. This internal struggle could have been a significant factor in the challenges he faced. Additionally, the 8th dynasty's position in the broader timeline suggests that external pressures, such as incursions from neighboring regions, could have further strained his reign. Imagine a secret council held under the cover of darkness, where Neferkare II meets with his most trusted advisors. The topic: a coalition of rebellious nomarchs threatening to secede. The pharaoh, understanding the gravity of the situation, devises a plan to address the grievances of the nomarchs while reaffirming his authority. This delicate balance between appeasement and assertion would have been a hallmark of his leadership. The end of an era. Neferkare II's reign, like that of many pharaohs of the 8th dynasty, eventually came to an end. The exact circumstances of his death and the transition of power remain unknown, lost to history. However, his reign represents a crucial link in the chain of Egypt's history, a period of transition that set the stage for the eventual rise of the Middle Kingdom. As we conclude our journey through the life and times of Neferkare II, it is clear that his story, though fragmented, is a testament to the resilience and complexity of ancient Egypt. His reign, shrouded in mystery, invites us to look beyond the grand monuments and well-documented kings, to appreciate the less-known rulers who navigated their realms through tumultuous times. Picture the twilight of Neferkare II's reign, an aging pharaoh reflecting on his years of rule. The once vibrant city of Memphis now quieter, its people having endured and adapted to the changing tides. Neferkare II, aware that his time is drawing to a close, might have taken solace in the knowledge that he had done his best to maintain the stability of his kingdom. His thoughts would have turned to the future, the hope that his successors would build upon the foundation he had laid. Reflections on Neferkare II's impact. Though Neferkare II's reign may not have been marked by grand achievements or monumental constructions, his impact on the fabric of Egyptian society should not be underestimated. In an era where the centralized power of the pharaoh was diminishing, maintaining the stability of the kingdom was an achievement in itself. Imagine the countless ordinary Egyptians whose lives were influenced by the policies and decisions made during Neferkare II's reign. The farmers tending to their fields, the artisans crafting their wares, and the priests performing their sacred duties, all contributed to the continuation of Egyptian culture and tradition during a time of uncertainty. The pharaoh's role as a stabilizing force, even in the face of adversity, was crucial in ensuring that the essence of Egyptian civilization endured. Consider the daily life of an Egyptian farmer during Neferkare II's reign. Each day, he would rise before dawn, offering a prayer to the gods for a bountiful harvest. His work, though laborious, was sustained by the knowledge that the pharaoh was committed to maintaining the irrigation systems that nourished his crops. This connection between the ruler and the ruled, though indirect, was a vital part of the social fabric. Anecdotes and speculative stories. While concrete anecdotes about Neferkare II are scarce, we can indulge in some speculative storytelling to bring his character to life. Picture a young Neferkare, perhaps in his early 20s, standing by the banks of the Nile, contemplating his future role as pharaoh. The river, a symbol of life and continuity, would have been a source of inspiration and reflection. As he watched the sun set over the water, he might have felt a profound connection to the land and its people, a sense of duty that would guide his actions as a ruler. Imagine a council meeting in the grand hall of the palace, where Neferkare II listened intently to the advice of his counselors. Among them, a wise old vizier who had served several pharaohs before him, offered insights drawn from years of experience. The strength of a pharaoh lies not only in his ability to command but also in his capacity to listen, the vizier might have said, imparting a lesson that Neferkare II would carry with him throughout his reign. In another speculative scene, envision Neferkare II visiting a remote village to oversee the construction of an irrigation project. The villagers, initially wary of the young pharaoh, gradually warmed to him as he demonstrated genuine concern for their well-being. Through these small acts of leadership, Neferkare II would have forged connections with his subjects, reinforcing the idea that a pharaoh's duty extended beyond the walls of the palace. The enigmatic end. The final days of Neferkare II's reign remain a mystery, much like the rest of his life. Did he pass away peacefully, surrounded by loved ones, or was his end marked by conflict and upheaval? The lack of records leaves us with more questions than answers, but it also allows us to imagine various scenarios. In one version of his final days, Neferkare II might have spent his last moments in quiet reflection, contemplating his legacy and the future of Egypt. Surrounded by the symbols of his reign, the double crown, the scepter, and the crook, he would have felt the weight of his responsibilities even in his final hours. Perhaps he offered a prayer to the gods, seeking their guidance and protection for his people. Alternatively, Neferkare II's reign could have ended amid political intrigue and power struggles. The ambitious nomarchs, sensing an opportunity to assert their dominance, might have challenged his authority, leading to a dramatic and turbulent conclusion to his rule. This scenario, though speculative, highlights the precarious nature of leadership during the 8th dynasty. Conclusion: the legacy of Neferkare II. As we reach the end of our exploration of Neferkare II's life and times, it is evident that his reign, though not as illustrious as those of the great pharaohs of the past, holds a unique place in the annals of Egyptian history. His story is a reminder that even in periods of decline and uncertainty, the resilience and determination of a ruler can leave a lasting impact. Neferkare II's legacy, though obscured by the sands of time, is a testament to the enduring spirit of ancient Egypt. His reign serves as a bridge between the Old Kingdom's grandeur and the eventual resurgence of the Middle Kingdom, illustrating the cyclical nature of history. Through the fragments of his story, we gain a deeper appreciation for the complexities of leadership and the challenges faced by those who strive to uphold their responsibilities. In reflecting on Neferkare II's reign, we are reminded of the importance of perseverance and adaptability in the face of adversity. His efforts to maintain stability, despite the many challenges he faced, demonstrate a commitment to his people and his role as their leader. This dedication, even if not recorded in grand monuments, resonates through the ages as a testament to the enduring spirit of ancient Egypt.